Good afternoon, everybody. Bonus video. I know I said one video per day, but I'm off today and the market is going a little crazy and things are close with my options trades. So I wanted to cover what I'm doing. Yes, all right. Thank you. What a name, Biggest Woody. Thank you for confirming that. So I'm going live, obviously, now until the closing bell to show you my positions and where we stand. And I can talk about MSTY as well if you guys would like. Obviously, I know a lot of you aren't even on here yet. We have about 34, though, so that's pretty good. New subscriber. All right. Welcome, Lexi Lynn. Welcome to the channel. Let me know if you have any questions. This is kind of just a unscheduled, quick live to talk about options for the most part. All right, so I have an interesting play here. If you look, I had a 9 and a 950 TSLL call that expired today. TSLL has gone crazy today, and I had to roll them. So what I did is I created a rolling order for those, as you can see here, and I want to show you what I did. So down here, I sold. Basically, a rolling order is about a close and a sell to open. So what did I do? I basically rolled using the same strike price into the next week because, many reasons. For one, do I believe this upward movement's going to stay on TSLL? Not really. Does it ever? And number two is I don't care. I want more premium. So I kept the strike price the same for both of these. And I just rolled it to a later expiration date being May 2nd. So how much premium did I get? So if I go here, I click the $9 one. It cost me 54 cents to close the current $9 position, and I got $1.02 for the new trade. So in the end, I got 48 cents per share or $48, which is pretty damn good money for just, for rolling a call that's in the money. And if you annualize it, it's actually, 263%. But of course, if TSLL continues to go up, eventually these are going to get called away and, I'll lose out on the capital. But, you know how Tesla goes. It goes up, it goes down, it goes all around. And then the 950, same thing. I rolled it. For that, I had to pay 86 cents to close that one, a little more expensive, but I got $1.28 credit to roll that one, the net being a 42-cent credit per share or $42, 209% on an annualized basis. All right. Now that leaves me with one more position that expires today, and that's a $10 call. I was waiting to see what the market did. So if I go here, well, you guys probably can't see that screen, I'm guessing, right? Probably too small. So let me pull up a market watch for you. Okay. Can I add it? Yeah, let's add it right here. All right. So here is, oh, that's Tesla. I don't want Tesla. I want TSLL. TSLL. For those of you that aren't sure what it is, it's a double leverage fund of Tesla. It moves 2x whatever Tesla does. So if you look, I sold a call at $10 strike. It expires today. As we stand, if it closes at this price, 10.28, my shares are gone. 100 shares gone at $10. I don't want them to be gone. And the reason is because my cost basis is disaster, right? It's at 17.22 per share. So I'm kind of selling calls way out of the money in hopes that I don't get assigned. You could see at the time I sold this call, it was 52% out of the money. TSLL was $6.56. So who would have thought this would actually be in danger? But it is, and it could get called away. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping an eye. Well, now we have 20 minutes left, so I kind of got to make a move, actually. It doesn't look like it's going to close below 10. So what I need to do is I need to create a rolling order, and I'll do that right now on Thinkorswim, all right? Sorry, I'll read the questions in a sec. I'm just trying to get this done before the market closes. So this is Thinkorswim. So I'm going to find my $10 call that expires April 25th. Here it is. The mouse is over it. If I do this, it makes the mouse bigger. No, it doesn't. Not here. All right. So here it is, April 25th, $10 call. And I'm going to go all the way to the right. And I'm going to click this little button here. It's not a button. It's like a dot, dot, dot thing. And then I'm going to click Create Rolling Order. And then I'm going to click that. And basically, it allows me to roll it. It automatically chooses the next week. So, which, you know, for the most part, that's what people want to do. Now, it shows right now what it's paying. It's paying around a 65-cent credit. So I'm good with that. I'm fine with that. So what I'm going to do real quick before I put in this trade is I'm going to plug in this new transaction, new line, TSLL. I'm going to click call. I'm going to put today's date, and then expiration date May 2nd. Okay. I'm putting the current price, which is 10.29. Is this zoomed in enough for you guys? Let me know. The strike price is 10. So obviously the percent out of the money, it shows negative because it's in the money at the moment. And then delta, I'm not sure if that's going to be on the screen, but I'll get that. And then premium per share, 0.65. I'll plug that in, which, you know, we'll fix that in a second because we're going to see what the how much it costs to close and how much it costs to open. But man, look at that yield. That's a crazy, crazy yield. All right, so we're going to go back here. TSLL still at 1030. So I'm going to put in, I'm going to hit plus. Actually, I'm going to hit the lock. Hit the lock. That way it's a limit. All right. So if you look here, there's a couple things going on. There's buy plus. The plus one is for the buy. I'm buying the $10 call April 25th. I'm selling the May 2nd $10 call. Yeah. That's so the credit for the sell is obviously going to be greater than the debit to cost to close, you know, for the one for this week. So it doesn't show on this screen how much each is worth, though. If I hit confirm and send, well, it'll be too late. But either way, I'm okay with the 65-cent credit, and I'm gonna send that through. Okay, you ready? All right, gives me another screen. All right. So this shows, it doesn't show me much here either. It shows credit 65. All right. I hit send. So I go to monitor. All right. So now it's currently at 63 cents. So what I could do is I could cancel and create a new rolling order, and just to get it over with, I'll put 60, and it'll, you know, that's one way to do it, and then it'll fill probably at 62. And I'll show you. Actually, I'll just do that. I don't care if it gets filled at 60. You know, it's all good. So I'm going to click this, cancel replace order. I'm going to lower this to 60 cents. Now let's see what it fills at. Confirm and send. There it goes. All right, so I'm going to go back to monitor, and I'm going to see what I filled at. So I'm going to go right here. Obviously, I'm doing a lot today. You could see where the heck is the latest one? 60. I did fill at 60, you bastards. All right, so whatever. It's all good, man. I got $1 for the new call, and I had to pay 40 cents for the old. All right, so I'm just going to plug that in here. $1 minus 0.4. 60 cents. Perfect. All right. What's the delta? I'm just going to look that up on my phone. It's just a lot easier. Obviously, the delta is high because it's in the money. It's going to be closer. You know, obviously, it's not under 0.2. It's going to be closer to 0.5-ish, 0.6-ish. What's the strike? Strike is 10, right? Okay, yes. The delta currently is at 0.61. Some say that represents a 61% chance of assignment. Some say you should not use it for that. Some, it's really like how much it costs for a dollar movement in the underlying or whatever. But whatever. Again, I just use it as, under 0.2 is pretty damn safe. All right. Now, I'm good on TSLL. I have no other calls expiring today. I just have 2 puts, and they're going to expire worthless. So all good there. So let me scroll to the right. And again, let's look here. Okay, so I got that. And this, I did a rolling order. Done. Safe. So I don't have to worry about anything else on TSLL. NVDX, everything is already rolled into next week. We have a put that expires today, $6 strike. NVDX is currently at 748. That put will expire worthless. Now, TNA. Okay, so what's going on with TNA? They are, where are they? Let's plug in the quotes. And again, I'll pull up the comments in a second. I'm on the gun here. All right, this is going to be tight. They are at $25.05. I already rolled I had 24 strike and I had 25 strike. I rolled the 24 right here. All right. So if I go up here, there's the 25. It's sitting there. It expires today, and we are 5 cents above it. If I let it be, I'm probably going to get assigned. So guess what? I got to roll it. I got to roll it. I got to roll it. All right. Let me look at the comments real quick before, because I do have 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah, TSLL rules, man. Good afternoon. Hi, Rachel. Who's Rachel? Have you checked out IMST? Yes, I did. I'm going to start tracking it daily with MSTY. Yep. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, I am, LA. I'm off today, so I figured, I was actually just kind of napping with the baby, and I woke up, I'm like, oh crap, it's 3, and I went to look, and Tesla freaking flew to the moon, screwed me all up. So I had to make some rolling orders. Holy crap, 15K in Misty, Robert. I'm going to see what happens. Yeah, man. Love Misty. Yeah, Misty's, what's Misty doing today? Oh my God. Yeah, it's at 23.48. All right, so let's go back to TNA. Oh my God, it's under 25. Holy crap. What do I do? What do I do? Too close, man. I can't play with this fire, right? Because I don't want to get assigned. Man, what do you guys think? What's TNA going to close at? Is it going to close under 25? Oh, there it goes over. Yeah, I got to roll it. I don't have a choice. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another line here. I'm going to add TNA to this. I'm going to put call. Today is the 25th, and the expiration will be the 2nd. The current price of TNA is 25.02. Can't get any closer, man. My strike is 25. My cost basis, biggest Woody, you don't know. You don't want to know, but it's 39.33. Pretty bad, right? All right, so what I'm going to do, same thing I did on TSLL. All right, so I'm going to find down here my $25 call, April 25th. There it is. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to hit create rolling order. And what it's going to do, again, it's just going to automatically assume I want it for May 2nd, same strike. I could change the strike and I could change the date, but I'm not going to. Because again, this week was insanely green. I'm expecting a little, slowdown next week, maybe. All right. So the current credit, with this rolling order, averaging between the two, the debit plus, credit minus, plus the debit, whatever, comes to about $1.05. But in order for me to get this through, I'm just going to put $1. What do you think? $1.02? Just make it a clean dollar. Who cares? 208% yield. I know I'm leaving money on the table probably, but I can't mess around with this market close coming up. So what I'm going to do you know what? I'll do $1.03. So once I move this plus or minus, the lock does come in. You want to make sure the limit is locked. If it's not locked, then it'll accept anything that's open, the next available. And that could be much less than what you want. If I do a limit of 103, it'll accept 103 or greater. All right. Does that make sense? All right. So I'm going to hit confirm and send. Obviously, I hit nothing. It's not final yet. And then it lets me review. Okay. Credit 103. Great. Wonderful. All right. So self May 2nd. Yeah, I'm comfortable with it. Boom. It went through. I don't know. Do you guys hear the noise? That's obviously the noise once it goes through. So now how much did I get? If I go, where am I? I got $1.03. Okay, so good thing I typed that in, right? So I made another $3. So I had to pay 11 cents. God, so see, I could have just paid 11 cents and closed it, but you know what? Screw that. But I made $1.14 credit on the rolling order. So I'll do $1.14 minus 0.11. All right. So you go like this, $1.14 minus 0.11. And that's $1.03. That's a 214% annualized yield. What is the delta? I mean, obviously it's going to be pretty high because it's in the money. Any guesses? Any guesses? All right, let's see. What's my strike? 25. Okay. All right, 0.52. There it is. All right. Got to take a sip of seltzer here. Where's the 25? There it is. Okay. So that's a rolling order here. Done. And we're good. We are safe. Anything else expire today for TNA? Let's see. Well, we just had the 25. We had the 24. And we had the 18 put. And obviously that's going to be pretty safe. So that's going to be fine. So, yeah, man, let's take a look again. Yeah, it's at 2507. See, I had to roll it, crazy. All right, let me catch up on some messages. Hopefully you guys are having a good day here. Is anyone at work listening? All right. Here's a question from Kyle Rogers. Do you think we'll ever get a $4 dividend again on MSTY? I mean, if it hits the upper $30, $40 range, sure. That's not easy to get though. So let's start with $2 and go from there. All right. Mike K riding hard with 11,000 shares. Oh my God, that's awesome. That's and 12,000 of NVIDIA. Oh man, are you retired, Mike K? You definitely are. Yeah. So what else? All right. Any questions, guys? We have 8 minutes until the market closes. All right. So let's go back. I have to now update. I was not expecting this income today, so I'm going to update the formula for this week's income. So I rolled 2 more. Oh, man, this is going to be a nice week of income here. $201 I made on TSLL this week. NVDX, no update, but I did make 71 this week. TNA, let's go. Let's add that sucker. We have one more field, I think, right? We go to the top. Yep. Boom. Wow. 273 from TNA alone. Can't wait to see the total. Here we go. Oh, man. Finally, a good week, man. $545 in options premium income. Unreal. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So what else? What else we got? Any questions on options? Yeah, my goal, I mean, again, for the month of April, my mortgage is $1,200, right? My mortgage comes out of this account. It's like $1,260. I'm showing for April, I made, well, with the dividend, I made about $1,300. So at least the options premium will cover the mortgage, and then whatever I get, because I do own MSTY, you'll see in this account, it's right here. I own 400 shares of MSTY. So whatever that distribution was, that gets reinvested into the account, if that makes sense. The ruckus has made it. What's going on? All right, so I'm sure you cannot see this screen at all, but again, this is the Thinkorswim platform on the desktop, and this shows my holdings. I have TSLL, TNA, MSTY, and NVDX. TSLL is one of my main, ETFs that I do options on. Currently, I own 900 shares, and I have how many calls? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 calls. 6 calls. So that's 600 shares that are locked in and capped. It could be capped, right? If Tesla continues to go up. But again, as long as TSLL price is above those strike prices, I'll just continue to roll as long as it lets me, and I'll collect premium week in and week out. I was going to sell another call, but I figured I'd chill. Let's see what happens over the weekend. I'll let those 300 shares collect, possible upside, and go from there. All right, I'm kind of late to the party, but if MSTY slow keeps grinding up, how much do you think distribution will be on May 8th? Well, I'm hoping for 2, but yeah, I don't know. Let's take a look at the file. Let's go here and hit the view. Let's try 150. Here we go. Yeah, we're in the money, man. We're in the money. We're capped on everything except these bottom 2. So, yeah. I don't know. But obviously the synthetic, of course, is making money. So we'll be okay. Any of these kicking in? Let's see. MSTR 368. So this may, most of these probably aren't going to make money. We'll see at the end of the day, though. But they're approaching. All right. So good afternoon, Rob. It's Rod, R-O-D, but all good. Thanks for the MSTY midday update. How we feeling about 2360 per share? I'm feeling pretty good because I got in this account 400 shares, and I got 500 in the dividend car account. So I'm feeling pretty good. How about you? What price do we want, MSTY? I mean, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, as long as it's above 20, it's all good. It's all good. But if MSTR, we'll see what MSTR does. It's up what? MSTR is up 5.28% today, and MSTY is up 2.92%. So yeah, there's a lot of upside that we missed out on, or missing out on, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Do you want to look at the other? I guess we could. Do we want to look at the other funds? I don't know. You guys tell me. Again, we got how much? We got 3 minutes till the market closes. Let me go through my TNA positions. TNA, I own 500 shares. I'm selling calls on 4 contracts. 4 contracts. So 400 shares I have calls on. That's close. I got to remember that. Make sure I don't sell anymore. I don't know if it'll let me. I assume it won't, because you can't do naked calls with a certain level, right? But yeah, this one, I don't know. And then I have NVDX. Again, this I own 300 shares. I don't really care if this gets called away. I could use the cash. And again, I'm done trading. The only individual options ticker I'm going to trade is TSLL going forward. Once NVDX is gone, it's just going to be TSLL. And then it's going to be the indexes. And I'll show you the indexes that I'm talking about right here. Boom. Isn't that beautiful? TNA, obviously, you're familiar with. UPRO, that's the S&P, and then TQQQ, the NASDAQ. So I'm just going to do low delta options going forward. I'm going to forget about the 10 contract rule. I'm just going to play it safe. I'll see which index is on the discount based on their chart, based on 52-week high, 52-week low, and just go from there. I'm not going to be as aggressive as I was, and that hopefully should help me out in the long run, but we'll see, man. All right, so yeah, no, it's all good, Adam. Other than the weeklies getting smashed, feeling good. Bitcoin has been a beast the last 2 weeks. Yeah, it's about time. It's about time for sure. Richard Woolley, I got 1,000 Misty at under $20 per share. So looking good. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Now, since you have 1,000, are you going to sell calls on them? You know, you can sell calls on Misty, by the way, and collect even more income, which is amazing. I was doing that, and it's not that I won't do that, but my cost basis is horrible. Um, you know, it's not good. Even with the options, what does it show here? 27.75. Yeah, it's not good. So I'm not selling calls on my shares. There's the bell. Did you guys hear the bell? Hopefully you did. I love it. Because that's, Thinkorswim app, when you have it open, it does the bell for the opening and the close, which is pretty cool. I know, it's the small things in life that matter. All right, so where did TNA close? Yeah, man, it closed at 25.22. So it's a good thing I rolled it, right? That thing would have been gone. But damn. Chilling with food. Wow, what a name. That should be my name, actually. Do you think the market crash can be happening this following? Why? What's going on this Monday? Haven't we had enough of a crash in the market lately? Richard, congrats. Yeah, man. Awesome bell. I guess you heard it. All right, good. Fluffy Corgi. I find scalping high IV tickers at Friday open quite profitable. Even if they end up near the money at some point in the day, the theta burn of 0 DTE makes sure you at least get out with a profit. So, Fluffy, what's an example? Are you selling puts? And what tickers do you trade? Do you do it directly at the open? Is it only if they're down? Explain. All right. Big Boss Man. Is that your favorite wrestler? Hey, bro, I only own Misty and YieldMax 4,450 shares. Average cost 2030, but I've been thinking about also purchasing some Platy. What's your thoughts on Platy? I mean, Platy's freaking awesome. I mean, again, but it's individual underlying risk. If you're okay with owning Palantir, then I guess, and you're okay with the volatility and you're okay with the covered call ETF. I mean, there's several questions. What's your goal? What do you need it for? Do you need income? Blah, 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 blah. So, but so far the fund has been awesome. That's all I could say. As there's no news lately, and according to technical analysis, it should be dropping low next week. Well, that's good for my calls that I had to roll that are in the money. I would appreciate a little red next week, not gonna lie, and then hopefully back to green in the following. Rod, what's your opinion on selling Misty shares if we see 30? Yeah, man, go for it. Hell yeah. I'm not against selling Misty. Take that freaking profit. It'll come back down. I know. I wouldn't say sell all of them though, because again, you don't want any regret either. If you are constantly trading the same tickers, do you ever worry about wash sales? No, because, well, for one, nothing's even getting sold, right? So I had no calls get assigned in a long time, but even when I do, it shouldn't be for a loss because I'm either selling capital flat or for capital gains. And I make sure, by the way, there's a setting that I make sure my lowest cost basis goes out first. And if that happens, obviously I'm not expecting a loss at all. Wow, lots of questions, man. We got 76 people on the rare occasion 4 o'clock Friday. Does YieldMax have to sell the synthetic call within 12 months and disperse to shareholders, or can they hold for as long as they like? Well, the synthetic has an expiration date, so they eventually have to close it out and open a new one. But the income that they make on that synthetic, yes, 90% of that would have to be paid, but that's within the fiscal year. Which is for them November 1st to October 31st. Example of high IV tickers. This is Fluffy Corgi answering my question. Netflix, SPY. I mean, those are safe though. You got no leverage tickers in there. I see. You got it. You got to become a full degen. You know, there's leverage Netflix. Netflix tickers. Obviously, SPY Qs. I sell either calls or puts depending on opening direction. Hey man, I like it. I like it. You create your own zero DTE, right? They're not technically zero DTE stocks or ETFs, but if you do it on the Friday, you make your own zero DTE. It's pretty awesome. I love it. All right, PLTW had a nice payment announcement today. Plady has been crushing it as well. Yeah, I haven't really looked at PLTW. I think, what is that, the Roundhill one? So I'm assuming it's doing well because Palantir is doing amazing. But yeah, 31 minutes in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I'll take any questions you have, maybe for the next 5 minutes or so. Then we can go from there. So do you guys have any questions on options, on YieldMax, on MSTY, on whatever? Do you follow me on X? I do try to put more out there now on X. So if you don't follow me, please do. And I'll make sure to get, again, more content out there, you know, since I'm really, you know, limited to one video, except today. Obviously, I'm doing two. It's just a bonus video because I had to do the rolling orders anyway. So I figured I'd just do a live with you guys and go from there. If it helps people learn, then it's a winning video. Even if it helps one person, I think it's a win. Mike K. Yeah, no, thank you. Again, I've been on YouTube for quite some time. Covered call ETFs are really what made my channel do well. And then obviously people love options. So I'm hoping to do more and more of options in the future. Obviously I'll cover the various covered call ETFs, but you know, and whatever's the next big thing. But MSTY's the big thing, man. That's why it's mostly MSTY now. I'm glad it helped R2 Droid Builder. Adam, you're too kind, man. It helped a ton. You taught me everything. Well, hopefully you learn from others as well. You know, some people, you know, when I started learning too, I just listened to various people, but you know how it is. Sometimes some people are unlistenable. And the one thing I always strive for was to speak the normal language. I'm not using, you know, first of all, I'm not sounding like I know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just speaking the normal everyday language, like someone who's just starting from scratch. That's the language I try to speak to the people now and forever. Tesla, what happens? Slide to 5 and reverse split again, or Tesla? What? Tesla reverse split it. I mean, Tesla probably had a good day today, because Tesla went to the freaking moon. But I'm sure they got their ass capped. Yeah, they're at 831. They went up 4%. Tesla went up almost 10. So yeah, that's rough actually. Oh yeah, that's brutal. They got capped bad. Oof. That sucks. This is great. Do more of options trading every week. Something. Yeah, I wish I could. If I'm off work, man, I definitely would. Sometimes, you know, I could do it on lunch break. MSTY is the big one, but surely we got to diversify a bit. Yep. All right. Following examples I have learned. I have 3 TSLL calls with a 10. Well, you're in danger. Are they expiring next week? We'll see. I followed Adam. I followed a ton of sources. Your videos are very in-depth and really show people exactly how the funds operate. Really hard to find your kind of vids. Keep them rolling. Scatter-to-do. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. Do you see YieldMax somewhat more stable than Coney, given roughly the same distribution? I mean, of course, because it's way more diversified, even though it has Murney. I know, it has Murney, it has Carvani, but certainly more stable. That's easy. But what will perform better? I don't know. because Coinbase is a beast, man. It's a beast. Yeah, 5.2. Yeah, I think Tesla will probably, although, who the hell knows? But after this week, you got to think it's going to go a little red. So that's why I'm not even worried about rolling my calls. I got a 9, a 950, and a 10 for next week. So yeah, I think we'll all be fine. One good YieldMax fund per group per weekly payouts. Yeah, but that limits you. You don't want to limit yourself. If there's the 4 best ones are in the same group, then just buy them. Who cares, right? They all pay monthly. In fact, they pay every 4 weeks. So everyone's bills are monthly, right? So you should be able to budget, monthly. I know it is nice to get paid weekly, but it is what it is. All right, guys, we're at 36 minutes. I think I'm going to end it here. So as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, we'll try again tomorrow. Again, this was a kind of random, really random live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you did via the like button or via the comment down below, or both. All right, sound good? All right. Outside of that, I got nothing. I guess we could do a keyword. Anyone in the live stream? What? We got 78 of you. We could do a keyword. So what do you got? What do you got, guys? Come on, give me something. Let's go. Keyword. GGWP. Huh? Thanks, brother. Come on. We need a keyword here. Something creative. All right, I'll take a sip of seltzer while I wait. Oh, there's the keyword. Good game, well played. Oh, you people and your acronyms. All right, the keyword today is capped. It's very fitting, so I love the keyword, actually. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to type in capped down below, because we got our asses capped as a YieldMax holder. And in fact, I got my ass capped as a not regular options trader. However, I've rolled, right? I lost my man card. I've rolled. I did a rolling order. I didn't let it go, so I didn't technically get capped. I'm fighting to live another week. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here for the live stream, or thank you for watching after the fact, and I will talk to you later. All right. Have a good weekend. Peace.